Tape right now because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden is the best Biden ever.
So this is in Ohio. So they're so MSNBC, everybody's pouncing on Trump saying that stupid thing about eating cats and dogs. That Haitians were eating cats and dogs, because all he had to say was that Kamala Harris is such a failure as the borders are. Now she wants to lie and says she wasn't the borders are. That's all he had to say. He's winning on immigration, but he had, of course, Trump can't help himself. He had to take it to cats and dogs. So now MSNBC, by the way, if MSNBC was doing real reporting, they would find out there is a real problem in Springfield, Ohio, with an influx of 20,000 Haitian immigrants in a town of 60,000 people. So, of course, hey, you drop 20,000 white people in the middle of anywhere, there's going to be problems. You drop 20,000 anybody into a small community like that, there's going to be huge problems.
Hey, how about all the many, I think it's like 300 or something, documented sexual assaults from migrants? That seems a little more important than, kitty cat eating.
Well,
it seems like a bit more important.
The problem. So anyway, but these immigrants they're not illegal. They're technically legal, but you can't do that to a community, and without expecting big problems. And there is big problems. Now we've showed you that in another video, and I'm going to talk about it. They never talk about MSNBC will never talk about what caused these desperate immigrants to come here, which is U.S. imperialism. But that's not the point of this here. So this guy wants to ask this MSNBC reporter why she's there stoking the fans of strife between each other, right? Between people. And watch what happens. This is a reporter. So someone wants to ask a question. Reporters are famous for getting in your face and asking people questions. Well, watch this.
So, quick question for you real quick. So, it seems like a lot of the questions that you were asking, it doesn't seem to address the issue, the actual.
She just walked. That's it. I'm not talking to this guy. So,
I bet she's not a real reporter, Jimmy. Hey, I just thought of something. She's not a fucking reporter.
Yeah, no, she's an actor. Did you see as soon as she realized she was going to get asked a real question, she's like, "Oh, I'm not doing this." He's like, I want to ask, you're asking questions that aren't dealing with the real problems, because there are real problems in Springfield, Ohio.
We want them there.
To do with
Chaos is control, Jimmy. Chaos is control. We want those problems there. They're doing it on purpose. It's not a mistake. It's on purpose to cause this problem. She don't want to answer those questions.
That's exactly right. She doesn't. So he wants to ask her, how come you're not asking more relevant questions? And watch what happens. Watch this.
So, quick question for you real quick. So, it seems like a lot of the questions that you were asking, it doesn't seem to address the issue, the actual issues dude, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me, bro. No, I'm just asking, because there's an increase in crime in the area. It seems like there's a lot more of a problem here.
Back up or I'm going to titty slap you. Hey, my eyes are up here, fella. Okay. Is this guy a surrogate wet nurse for the Buttigieg family or what? Come on.
The questions almost seemed like you were trying to turn him into a victim. Do not touch me.
Back up.
Do not touch me.
Yo, slug that fat asshole.
Back up.
Beat that fat asshole up.
Dude, get the fuck off of me now.
Dude, I would have hit him right in his fat head, dude.
Back up. It ain't gotta be like that.
I don't know why he doesn't kick him in the balls.
Do not fucking touch me, okay?
I would have kicked him in his fat belly.
So he's mad. So that guy is assaulting. So what that guy did is called assault. Yeah.
I'd slap his.
That's called assault. So now MSNBC has goons assaulting other reporters, trying to ask their reporters questions. Did you see how she ran? She ran like this guy was 60 Minutes and they were a corrupt big pharma executive.
Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at now. And now this isn't even a proper security guy. This is one of them when they get a bouncer, it's just like a fat guy with his sleeves rolled up, but he didn't even roll up his sleeves. Wow. I'm glad he got on tape. We should slap that guy's dumb
Well, there
hat
should
off
be
his
a
head.
lawsuit or something. That guy should
look
be
at his page.
arrested.
Look
So,
at him.
quick question for you, real quick. So it seems like a lot of the questions that you were asking, it doesn't seem to like address the issue, the actual issues in the. Don't touch me, bro.
You can't.
Don't touch me, bro.
You can't do
I'm
that.
just asking, like, because there's an increase in crime in the area. It seems like there's a lot more. Of
He's
a problem
pushing the
here.
guy.
The questions almost
Watch, he
seem like
grabs
they're
him.
trying to turn him into.
He's grabbing the guy.
Do not touch me.
Back up.
Do not touch me.
Dude, back up.
Do
Back up.
Do not.
Back up.
Dude,
Back
get
up.
the fuck off of me
Back
now!
up. Back
You
up.
could have hit him. Oh.
Back up. It ain't gotta be like that. Just back up.
You do.
Yeah. You know what? I'm totally with her though, because I would also feel very threatened if some individual came up to me and started asking me inconvenient questions. She's supposed to be the reporter. She's the reporter. And she's got a goon keeping other people asking her questions away from her.
Yeah, that ain't no real security guy. That guy would know better that he can't really be touching the dude like that.
Believe me, if the cop showed up, they would not arrest that guy. If the cop showed up, they would arrest the guy in the pink shirt.
He's on tape. If he's on tape, well, I mean, what? I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, that guy's name is Nick
Once I know
Sorter.
it's on tape that he touched me first,
Yeah.
you could go ahead and haul off on his fat ass as soon as you got that on tape. Because I already been in that situation. You got the recording, they touch you first. It's on, dude. It's on.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is say he felt threatened.
Fucking touch me, okay?
Back up.
You back up, bro. Right now.
Yeah, David Lucas down here. We're starting a podcast soon. He showed me this hilarious video. Him and his friend are walking into some bar that Dave's part owner of. And there was some independent party they were renting to, and there was some security these people hired. And so they wouldn't let him into his thing he owns, right? And the one guy with the camera's like, no, it's okay. We own it. And he goes in, and the bouncer, he showed me the video. I couldn't believe what this guy did. The guy just hit his cameraman in the chin like that. And Dave's on the phone and just gripped this dude around his neck with one arm and flung him on the ground. And they tried to call the cops and all that. And guess what? It was on tape. The guy touched him first.
So
that ain't no problem.
this is who it is. This guy, Nick Sorter. I personally confronted the MSNBC reporter here in Springfield, Ohio, who is now on TV with Lester Holt blaming President Trump for his own assassination attempt, and she tried to have me arrested. I attempted to ask Maggie Vespa why she's pushing violent, divisive rhetoric on behalf of the Harris campaign, which leads to leftist clowns attempting to kill Trump. She then ran away and called the cops, with 4 units responding in a police department with incredibly tight resources. So the cops showed up, and of course they take the MSNBC lady's side. Of course that's what happened. But there's video.
Yeah. Well, once the cops come, you're going to get picked up either way, and they'll sort it out later. You just have to understand that's part of it.
Well, Nick, you should know that honest inquiry is illegal these days, especially if you're doing it to someone who gets paid by a corporation.
That's not a real reporter. It's so obvious now what a puppet show this is, isn't it?
I have
Look
bad
at this nonsense.
I have bad news for Nick Sorter. You're never going to be an anchor. You're never going to get an anchorman job on CNN, and you will always be regulated to an online presence, getting at least 1/3 more views than anybody in cable news.
Yeah, failure, complete failure.
Complete. All right, over to Steph.
Okay, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Tell Jimmy to try Mana bread. It is sprouted and unrisen, so it doesn't taste blah like risen Ezekiel. Netflix foreign. I sent it to the team. So Netflix, thank you for your Mana bread recommendation. The Amazing Blumpkin. Political courage equals an oxymoron. Are we not going to comment on that guy's hair? T-Box. I think we did. P.W. Walker, looks like that ham shirt guy is going to cost taxpayers at least $4,800 a month for Ozempic. P.W. Walker, Top Che, Heg, what's going on, brothers? Reach out to Ryan Dawson. There's some serious connection to this guy and Steve Witkoff. How did he know where Trump was? That was the whole thing. Like what was highlighted is it was a last minute detail that he was going to golf that day. So why was he there? How did he know? How did he know where to park? How did he know where to enter? So, which three-letter agency nudged this nut job? AJ? Spike Protein. You would think the person that has been lied about more than anyone in modern history would at the very least mention the Smith Modernization Act, but crickets. Spike Protein. Kama Chameleon. User in for me. We are not flies. My sister just passed away from a turbo cancer post-COVID jab. ICU nurses talked about jab concerns with disease increases. Notary and mortuary said young cancers exploding and cemetery filled with them. We are not flies.
We all have just moved on from that for some reason. Is that amazing?
Yeah.
That all over TV, we've all just moved on from that?
From what?
It's not the boosters and turbo cancer
Yes.
and your vaccination. Oh, we're just on to the next. All my dipshit friends from back home, they're past it. We'll move on. It's
Well,
no
just-
big deal.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it.
Did you see Jordan Peterson talking to that Brainiac Destiny? And he doesn't even know about what excess deaths is. You have to trust Big Pharma. It's the most ridiculous
Well,
childlike
Destiny doesn't want to
thinking
know. Yes,
that
he
he
wants to be
doesn't want to
successful.
know. Exactly.
He wants to be successful and invited on. He's brought on as an expert to talk to people that really know things. And the reason is because he goes out of his way to be a centrist in the most commercial sense he can think of. He studies the charts
Yes.
and everything. He picks his debate. Usually he picks his debate things where he knows he can, it's Hassan or something. When he goes up against like Norman Finkelstein, he loses so badly that he tries to smear the guy afterwards.
Yeah.
But he's a phony, calculated dipshit. It's not all these people. Piers Morgan's calculated. They're not sincerely trying to acquire shit. They're trying to build a name brand.
All right, here we go. Savage. When World War I ended, the chemical companies needed. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. When World War I ended, the chemical companies needed a new target, and they found the American food supply. Savage. I'm sorry, Mr. Health. Most Americans can't hold our elites and government accountable for abusing our health because Orange Man indeed bad. Understand? That's Big Chris.
Lex Friedman had Destiny on.
Oh yeah.
Which
Yeah, but
I'm still
I
shocked.
Still don't understand.
I don't
Lex
understand
Friedman's appeal.
Did you guys see Destiny's son shooting him with a pellet gun, with an airsoft gun? His son hates him, and his son's like conservative. He's like 13. It's one of the funniest things you've ever seen. His son knows he's a dipshit, and then torments him. And Destiny has to try to get him banned off of.
What is with
That's
that?
real.
What is with that? And by the way, Lex Friedman, pro-Ukraine, more pro-vaccine.
Is he?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, he's pro-vaccine.
I heard, well, maybe he's changed his opinion. I heard a very different thing quite a while ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What? Okay, who cares? I really don't care. I can't believe
Yeah,
people.
Who does care?
If
Robots are free to do what robots want.
robots, that's exactly right.
AI is going to come online sooner or later in the form of Lex Friedman, and we have to accept it.
Okay, here we go. Spade 2187. Thank you, Jimmy, for this discussion. You think TYT would have someone like this doctor on their show? They still talk about Trump as the boogeyman.
I know.
Oh, I'll be very worried about that guy. Kathy, Jimmy looked great on Piers Morgan, but wasn't given enough time to speak. Yeah, Jimmy was like, done.
After that, I was like, there's no need for me to ever do that show again. It's not with 4 people.
Yeah, not at all. Mindrunner, dang, maybe we need to start eating now. Or is Fancy Feast also filled with seed oil poison? Oh, eat cat food now. Or Fancy Feast. I'm sure Fancy Feast is super healthy. All right. What's this next
Okay.
one? Let me do one more. Andrew, what is the incentive for the U.S.-based corporate fascists to stop feeding the useless eaters poison? All right, back to Jim.